Okay, so I have honestly been trying to record a video for a little while. I'm not 100% sure when my last video was. Let me check really quick over here. My last actual video was in September, which, God, that's a long time ago. When I was looking at some 3D printed objects from both Grumpy and Collect Fat Fucks, which I still have the Fat Fuck that I printed for that video right here. I started painting it green because I'm an old school Dark Angels player, but I didn't get far into making a follow-up video for that where I'm talking about more 3D printed, more printed figures. And since then, if you're keeping up with my shorts and TikToks and stuff, I recently got into resin printing, which is really fun and really awesome. But this video isn't really about that per se. This video is more about an update. This video is just an update of what have I been doing and everything. And yeah, like right there, you can see the Nerf blasters in the background. New glider cage. Yeah, I got the gliders new cage with the help of my friend Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. He's one of my Patreon supporters too. So if you all want to support what I do, go over to my Patreon and support me there. So this video was a spur of a moment. I stopped planning the original videos I was going to do because I got a package in and I ordered this myself. I didn't get it sent to me from a, sponsor or anything. I don't have sponsors. I'm too small for that. Got myself 5 liters of resin because how much resin I was going through printing figures and testing settings and actually getting to know my resin printer. I got a resin printer. I got the Saturn 8K from Elegoo. Really nice printer. I have some gripes about that, but I might do a video in the future about that. But really nice printer, and I can print figures on it. Stuff like this. I would be doing the whole top-down view of, the camera, but I don't want to edit this video, to be honest. I just want to be able to hold up objects and show you, and then do jump cuts. So, yeah, I've been printing figures. This is from Loot Studio. It's their Axolotl Warrior from about 2 months ago now. And I've been also printing other stuff too along the way to test the printer and figure out the settings. I printed more Grumpies. This was one of the first ones I printed on the resin printer. The Gecko. Printed another Axolotl. Primed these black. And then from there, I also printed even more Grumpies. I printed one of the mushroom Grumpies I made. This one's the Tanuki. Printed the Gator. Cute little dude. Plan to paint these on stream soon. And also their Halloween Gator, which this one's also cute. And I plan to paint these on stream soon too. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. That's cool and all. I print, art toys on my printer. It's cool. But, I started from printing art toys to being like, okay, can I print something smaller? And I actually print miniatures. And I want to do a whole video about printing miniatures and using miniatures for gameplay, especially since I stumbled across a cool page called One Page Rules over on Patreon. They do their own miniatures and rule substitutes for if you want to get playing 40k in Age of Sigmar. But I started printing some miniatures, and these are also from Loot. So I subscribe to Loot Studio for about, I think it's $15-$30 a month for both sci-fi and fantasy. And I started printing 25, no, I think these are 32 millimeter figures, and they're coming out really well. I plan to do a full video on this later in the new year where I show actual details. He's another Axolotl dude. This one was actually a print error because it's Spear didn't print at all. I have no idea. But yeah. And since about 2 months so far, I have printed close to 30 miniatures on my printer. Close to 30 miniatures. Which, that's a lot. Along with the miniatures from the Loot Studio stuff, I've also printed one of their Viking ships. Still need to prime this and paint it. I accidentally broke the sail, so I need to print a new one of those. And I also started printing one of their actually larger props, vehicles, whatever that they have on from their sci-fi set. I started printing this about a week ago, but then it got cold and waiting for more resin and haven't finished. But this is about a liter's worth of resin in just parts right here. A liter. So what was the point of this video? Because we're already like, what, 4 or 5 minutes in? The point of this video is to give an update of what I've been up to. And so far I've only shown you half of what I've been up to. And that half is mostly the artsy side, the I'm printing resin stuff and planning to paint on stream side of it. I've also been playing more with microcontrollers and Arduinos. This right here is basically my prototype project box for microcontrollers and Arduinos. Let me move the ship out of the way. So over the past year, I've been playing with a drop everything, a few different ideas. One of which was playing with the ESP32, the ESP32 with a relay board to build a wireless relay. I have it connected to a little power plug there, right there, and the ESP32 with the relay board. And I plan to do a video about this and talking about how it works and, you know, just the setup for something like this using ESP Home later next year. Not right now, next year. Along with that, I've been playing with the idea of building props, which goes back to the resin printing and why I've gone into that. Building actual props that light up and have programmable light sequences. Because right here, and if you've watched my shorts, you've probably seen this already. Right here, I've got an LED strip connected to an Elgato Arduino Nano, I believe, wired up to a switch and a little 9-volt battery. And I plan to make a full video on the workflow for this later too. Just want to show off random projects for now. And I turn this on. And if I don't accidentally unplug the battery. Okay, there we go. And as we can see, it plays light sequences. And this is off a 9-volt battery, and it's just going to cycle different sequences I've programmed. It's going to be a bit blown out, light flary, because these are actually really bright. Like, really bright. Let's switch this over to the 5 volt, 3.5, 3.3 rail or whatever. Yeah, it's still really bright. And I'm planning to get into modeling and printing props that I can stick LEDs in. And I've gone like LED strips too, so I can start playing with these and soldering them in different configurations. So going into next year, you're going to see more projects based around this, based around actually playing with Arduinos and printing props with Arduinos. So since this is the holiday season, I want to... This is going to come after Christmas, obviously. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you everyone who's subscribed to this channel over the past year. Thank you everyone who supported my Patreon over the last year. You guys are awesome. Without all of y'all's support, I wouldn't have the motivation to do a lot of this. Well, I would still be doing a lot of these projects in my free time, but I have my own want to research, but I wouldn't be sharing the progress of these projects as often without y'all's support and without feeling like someone was actually watching what I do. Because I genuinely enjoy doing stuff like this. I genuinely enjoy printing and painting and doing research into projects because it is fun. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting. I hope to do more videos next year. I want to get on an actual video production schedule, but that takes time and possibly money. So yeah. Next year, we're going to get into more miniature painting. We're going to get into more messing with Arduinos and making props. I plan to do little short time-lapse videos for my streams where I'm painting these figures and just doing time-lapse videos with it where you're all seeing it from the perspective of the top-down camera and just seeing me painting the dudes and doing commentary on top of that, because that sounds like fun, in my opinion. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you want to, just go subscribe to the Patreon. The money would help a lot, and I can do more projects. I hope you all have a good day.